You want to know what's fucking crazy though? Salem, my baby, you came out? Baby boy, don't be frightened. My baby, Salem, fucking baby, Daddy loves you. My militant panther boy, Daddy fucking loves you. Baby. They're gonna let those fucking fireworks off later. You ready for that? Bring Her to Death. That's what it sounded like outside. The beginning of that by Danzig. Good boy. Fucking machine guns and bombs going off. Holy shit. Yeah, before this fucking phone dies. And this is a fucking real thing, man. This is a real thing. And I don't know how or why that started. I can only imagine. Is the fact that you used to buy tapes from distributors, and I'm just talking about cassettes and or vinyls. Even vinyl's a different thing though. But here, listen, you would get a cassette when you were a kid, and it just, when you opened it up, it had maybe a gatefold with lyrics, and you smelled it, and it smelled like, literally like a perfume. Yeah, or it smelled like a perfume or like a musk. And yeah, and you might have held on to the tape for like 10 fucking years or something. But then, like, all in your tape library, every time you open that cassette, you're like, smell that. And you show it to your friends and you're like, smell this. And they smell it, they're like, holy shit. I don't know why that happens. I think it's because of I don't know why that happens. Maybe it's people trying to cover the fact that the ink smells noxious or something. But there's a deliberate, like, it was, and it gives you imagery in your mind of this cassette being shipped over in a pirate's booty of weird spices and fucking rums and tequilas and it got bullet. You're like, why does this cassette smell like that? When you get records back in the day, I used to too. You get them off one guy, and it's like, oh, I bought my first 3 hits from hell off this guy off the internet, and it's real. Looked it up with Mark Kennedy, and it's real because I would recognize the Plan 9. And this is back in the day, and every time you opened it up, it smelled like Javan. And I just heard, I heard the beginning notes to London Dungeon. I just got it off the bootlegger guy, and he must have wore a shit ton of Javan because it smelled like that for a long time. Every time I hear Ghouls Night Out or something like that off a Misfits record, I think of Javan. And I started wearing Javan again, and every time I put it on in the morning, I hear fucking 3 hits from hell. I hear London Dungeon. Boom. Yeah, but they used to smell like that, and sometimes you store shit. It was a problem. Like, I used to get like reel-to-reels like that, and they always smelled like mold. Yeah, and they were visibly moldy. You would get these tapes, and you're like, wow, tapes didn't. From the 60s to the 80s, there was a serious amount of mold on cassettes, on old like Radio Shack, and the internet during the Y2K era also tried to eliminate the fact that Radio Shack ever existed. They're like, holy shit, hell no, we can't have this. This is the Anarchist Cookbook right here, and they closed that down. Then they started cracking down on like KB Toys because the toys were like made by cheap distributors in Taiwan that utilized these weird ass frequencies to do shit. And they're like, wow, no, we can't have this. Any type of that shit. What, even up to today's standards, what have you got? A watery mp3 file or something? Good for you. This sucks. That's a recording error. That's not that's not a viable fucking page from the history. That needs serious like correction. You know? It's like that. You and your watery MP3s, motherfucker. Trying to build an anthology and shit.